and Mumm. Today I've got a pretty awesome sweep arpeggio pattern to show you. This is an E minor multi-position arpeggio, and we're going to be sliding up through the positions, starting with the open E on the 6th string and going all the way up to the 24th fret on the 1st string. So it basically covers the entire range of the guitar. This is taken from the intro to my original song, The Transience of Permanence. This is the 2nd arpeggio in the intro. The first one requires a 7-string guitar, so we'll set that aside for today. You can download the full tabs for free by following the link in the description. So we're going to be working through several positions of the E minor arpeggio. Basically the E minor triad. We just have the 3 notes, E, G, and B. The first iteration of the E minor triad is going to be played entirely on the 6th string with the open 3rd and 7th fret, E, G, and B. We're going to slide from the G to the B with the 1st finger. So we have the open E, the G, slide to B. If you're not already well practiced with this type of slide, you're going to want to work this very slowly with the metronome at first, to make sure you really get clean articulation for each note. Okay, from there, we're going to move on to the next octave of E in the next position. Now, this is basically, you may already be familiar with that pattern, but again, we have E, G, and B, now starting with the 7th fret. We're not going to be using those fingers. Check it out in context. So instead of the 4th finger and 3rd finger there, we're going to use the 1st finger on the 7th fret, 3rd finger on the 10th fret, and then we're actually going to be walking up with the 1st finger again on the 9th fret of the 4th string. Of course, we're going to be barring the 7th fret on the 6th to 5th string as we transition. Let's take a look again one more time at the triad there, starting on the 7th fret. So we're hammering on the G and then walking up to the B with the 1st finger. Okay, let's put those first 2 sections together. You'll notice that I'm only picking once per string, and I'm down picking each time. That's because this is a sweep pattern. We are going to be sweep picking this entire pattern. We're going to be giving the picking hand time to wait while playing legato. From there, we're going to be sliding up even further. Here we're going to be sliding from B all the way up to the next octave of E on the 14th fret. Now from there, we just play the triad again. You'll notice the fingering is similar to what we just did. We're going to be walking up with the 1st finger yet again. So let's look at those parts together. So before we continue, let's put everything we've done so far together. Now, this is a great way to practice and learn a pattern like this. When you first see something like this played, it can look impossible. But the reality is, most of what's happening are things that you already know, you already have mastered. You just need to work on it piece by piece and then gradually put it all together. Give yourself plenty of time to get each part down before you put it all together. It's also going to allow you to relate it to things that you already know. All right, now from there, we're going to continue up with the E minor. The next part is just a standard 3-string sweep pattern that you're almost certainly already familiar with. And of course, that's part of the larger 5-string pattern. So let's put that all together now. So that's basically the entire pattern. We just have one more note to play, and we're going to be tapping that with the 1st finger of the picking hand on the 24th fret of the 1st string. That's the high E. And of course, you'll probably want to practice the tapping section with the last section we just played through. So it looks something like this. And make sure to get that down with the metronome before you put everything together. But that's basically it. Remember to practice slowly with the metronome and work this in sections like we went through. Whatever you do, don't try to rush it to full speed. Each note should be clear and articulate. If you get it down like that first with the metronome at a slow tempo, you can gradually work up the speed. And by the time you get to full speed, which may take a while, but when you do, it will be perfect. If you try to rush it, you're going to get a terrible, sloppy sounding result. You might not even notice how bad it actually sounds, so make sure to follow this advice. This is Dan Mumm. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.